And hopefully it'll be an excellent game. If it is, if it's like the games that have been played in Boston with Atlanta and the Celts, well, you really enjoy it. You got a treat in store. Front court, here's Dominique. Up top, Antoine Carr, the head of the key on the drive. Spinning in the lane, and he walks. That time, Carr had McHale off balance, but his sneaker kind of caught, stuck on the floor, and he walked.
Yeah, he was off balance, too.
Dennis Johnson to come across. He's played by Whitman. Eddie Johnson will play Danny Ainge. McHale, that's a tough job for Antoine Carr. But then Boston is the best team in basketball. Bird off the post. His turnaround is no good. Rebound by Antoine Carr. Ahead Eddie. Hawks will push it. Eddie on the drive. Get it off to Whitman. The left baseline jumper is no good. Rebound tipped and back tap taken away by Eddie Johnson. It's a scoreless ball game. We have played just about a minute. Off the Carr pick. Eddie cutting left in the lane. Back to Antoine rolling underneath. His layup is good. A good, strong drive against Robert Parish, Antoine Carr. 2-0 Atlanta. Here's Danny Ainge. Down low for McHale. McHale posted up. In the lane, he gets a layup, but he walked.
Ooh, that's a good move. I kind of questioned that call, but Kevin McHale has been playing very, very well since he's been in that starting role.
Well, Kevin McHale did score 98 points in 2 games. He's a great player. But Boston normally has been coming off the bench. Dominique, a tough jumper over Bird, no good. Rebound, Parish. Dominique has had some great games against Boston this year. Dennis Johnson on the drive. He pulls up from 18 and hits it.
Dennis Johnson having his best year as a pro.
Ball game is tied at 2. Dominique in the right corner. Dominique on the floor, tied up. The ball is knocked free, and it's captured by the Celtics. It's a pro-Boston crowd. Here's McHale driving in the lane. Off to Ainge, and there's going to be a call against Atlanta. The foul is a pushing foul against Antoine Carr.
Are you sure we're not in the Boston Garden?
Robert Parish comes from Centenary here in Louisiana. He has a lot of favorites, a lot of fans rooting for him. Carlos Clark from Mississippi, and of course, Larry Bird. Anyway, they see the Celts on TV, and they're here rooting for him tonight. Maybe the Hawks can spoil that. Left wing, here's Ainge, open jumper off the pick, good.
Antoine has to come out on that when they rotate because that guard's going to be open, so Antoine has to jump out and make that guard make another pass.
It's 4-2 Boston. Willis down low. Baseline jumper. Willis is left short. The rebound is loose. Taken by Carr. He fakes it and jams it. Remember, when you see the Hawks tonight, Randy Whitman, Kevin Willis, Dominique Wilkins, and Antoine Carr are virtual babies in this league. Off the pick comes Bird. Bird on the drive. The floater is good.
Very, very inventive shot by Larry Bird.
Bird is the great inventor. He got in the lane, and that's the only way he could put up the shot, so he invented a shot. Here's Willis on the drive. He got fouled outside by Parish, a non-shooting foul. You look at Casey Jones, and that's Bird's, to me, that's his greatest ability, able to invent passes and shots.
Right, and he can invent any kind of pass and any kind of shot. Whatever happens to fit the situation.
Absolutely. Boston leads it by 2, 6-4. Here's Randy Whitman right side. Down low, Dominique overplayed, knocked away by Bird. Lost touch by Dominique. It'll be Boston ball. Bird looks up ahead and finds Dennis Johnson. Front court comes DJ to the baseline for the jumper. It's no good. Rebound taken away by Kevin Willis. He and Carr banged each other. Carr, a little woozy. Front court, Eddie on the drive. The running right-hander is banked up and in. Eddie Johnson. The last time these two teams met, Eddie Johnson had 34 points and 15 assists.
Hey, that's Eddie's game right here. Push the ball, go to the basket, create the foul, bank it off the glass, and it's 2.
Ball game is tied at 6. It is ironic the Hawks, who are really struggling, have lost 8 of 9, and the only win in Boston Garden against the Celts when the Hawks had 8 players. Eddie's foul shot is good. 3-point play, and Atlanta leads it by 1-7-6. Front court, Ainge, left corner. Down low for McHale. The turnaround hook is no good. Rebound, Bird. Great position. His layup is blocked. He got fouled. A 2-shot foul. Larry Bird leads the Celtics in everything but assists, and there he's only 15 behind Dennis Johnson. Here he gets
that's
great
where
position.
Dominique has to play hard and run the floor well, because Larry Bird will sneak in like he did then, get the offensive rebound, and create foul situations for your other teammates.
The thing that Boston does better than any other team, especially when they have this lineup in, McHale, Bird, and Parish, is rebound the ball on the defensive glass. They are, on the offensive board, your defensive glass. They are a tremendous offensive. In fact, they're not tremendous. They're the best offensive rebounding team in basketball. And they beat teams that way a lot.
Well, that's how they won the championship last year against the Lakers. I mean, they just pounded the offensive boards, and they just out-muscled the Lakers to win that series.
Eddie Johnson to come up against mild pressure from Dennis Johnson. Boston almost never trap presses. They'll go man-to-man. Eddie on the drive. In the lane, the runner is banked up and out. The rebound taken by McHale. Leaving on the play was Ainge. He gets a layup. Ainge left on the shot, so he had an easy layup.
But see, when you call a play against this team, you have to make sure you get a good shot. That was not a particularly good shot by Eddie, and Ainge took off after he saw the miss and got an easy layup.
And, of course, you can take off if you think your team's going to get the rebound. Dominique in the lane for the jumper. It's good. Tough shot by Dominique.
That shows the confidence that these that the Celtics have.
Bird in the corner. His bomb from there is short. Rebound, Antoine Carr. Boston by 1, 10-9. Atlanta will push. Atlanta running very well against Boston. They have all year. And I can't tell you the reason for it, but here's Eddie up top. It's a 1-4 set. Off the baseline pick comes Whitman, but Dennis Johnson plays through. Down low, here's Willis with a turnaround. Leaves it short again. Rebound, Larry Bird. Boston, of course, ever since the days of Bob Cousy, they run the ball at every opportunity. Bird holds the ball left side. Down low, McHale. In the lane, the short jumper is good.
And what Kevin Willis has to do, instead of fading away so much, try to go into Robert Parish.
Dominique on the drive. Lays it in. A beautiful drive by Dominique. Celtics lead at 12-11. Good first quarter. Boston and Atlanta have played some great games this year. Down low, Parish is doubled. Baseline, fakes it. And there's going to be a 3-second violation on Boston. I don't know the reason for it, Charlie, but Atlanta has run well against Boston all year.
Well, it comes down to the fact that when you play against the best, it seems to bring out the best in you. And that's what it does with Atlanta. It brings out the best that they can possibly do.
Kevin Willis at the head of the key. Off the pick now, down low for Carr. Back to Whitman in the corner. Carr is posted low. Now Whitman will take that jumper and miss it. Rebound taken away by Parish. There's Ainge leaving again. His drive pass is, and there's going to be a foul on Eddie Johnson. Ainge took off on Whitman's shot, but Atlanta got back and Eddie did foul Ainge. Right now there's a timeout on the floor. With the score, Boston 12 and Atlanta 11.
He gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it over the Sands Road. Havlicek stole the ball. It's all over. It's all over.
Neil, did you eat your chunky soup?
Huh?
Neil, did you eat your chunky soup?
Yeah, man. Chunky sirloin burger with loads of vegetables and lots of beefy sirloin burgers grilled to perfection.
Neil, did you eat your chunky soup?
Why do you keep saying that? Mama.
Gotta make sure you eat good.
Campbell's Chunky Sirloin Burger.
It's loaded with beef.
Hey, don't work too late, kid. Thanks.
Slow-crafted Sam Adams. All in due time.
These days, seems like everybody's got a Cherokee or an Explorer. Me, I like to stand out a bit.
That's why I drive a Subaru Outback.
With a big cargo bay and all-wheel drive, you get all the sport utility you need. But with the smooth ride and better gas mileage, the Outback is far from ordinary. Like me, really. What a weird-looking bunch that was.
When you score exclusive outfitter of the WNBA.
We now return to the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
Just doing Charlie Chris back at Lakefront Arena. Boy, it's good to see people here. This arena looks sensational with people in it, Charlie.
It really does.
We haven't seen a lot of people here this year. Atlanta 5-4 here in New Orleans as you look at a Celtic banner being waved. Boston is really playing for something. You can talk about this, Charles. And Boston is 50-14. Best record in the NBA. Not only gets the most amount of money when the playoff money is cut up, but they also get the home court advantage in every playoff series they play, and that's worth having the best record.
Well, it is, and that's a big incentive also, not only for the money, but in order to play throughout the whole series and have the home court advantage. I mean, that's like at least 10 points a game. Better to them.
And last year when Boston won it in the 7th game, that 7th game was in Boston. So the Celtics are playing for the best record, and they currently lead Philly by 2. Interception on the overplay by Dominique. Get it ahead for Eddie on the drive. The layup blocked by Parish and taken away. A great play. Dominique intercepted the pass, knocked it away, but it's picked up by McHale to Bird. Left wing, Ainge open from the corner. He's got it.
That's one thing that Boston does. They move the ball well. They hit the open guy. They don't care who scores.
Dominique on the drive. His layup is no good. Rebound, Robert Parish. Parish to Dennis Johnson, front court. Boston by 3, 14-11. Bird, the bomb, no good. Rebound, Antoine Carr. He sealed off McHale well. Get it ahead for Eddie. Eddie on the drive. Down low, Dominique. His turn hook is no good. Rebound, McHale. Both teams running ferociously. Dennis Johnson, front court. Great pass to Parish. Blind pass to Parish. He laid it in.
Great pass by Dennis Johnson. Good look. He looked the defense off, threw a blind pass right to Robert Parish. Great pass.
Atlanta will call a 20-second timeout. 5:57. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the first period, and Boston leads by 5, 16-11. Elsewhere in the NBA, at the end of 3 periods, Phoenix leads New York 94-86. At the end of 3, Indiana leads New Jersey 91-83. At the end of 1, Houston over Denver 31-25, and with 8 minutes remaining in the half, Kansas City leads Portland 41-36. This telecast authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Hawks, intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game in whole or in part without express written consent of the Hawks is prohibited. Doc Rivers comes in for Randy Whitman, so Atlanta will probably run even more now they got the speedier player in. Boston by 5, 16-11. Here's Rivers right side, up top for Willis. They give him room there. Rivers lost it out of bounds as he and Eddie came together. Boston will challenge you all the time. They get it up and they get their shot quickly. Bird, front court, played by Dominique. The high pick, now Parish rolls from the pick, and Bird takes a three-point try, no good. Rebound goes to Antoine Carr. Ahead for Eddie Johnson, front court. Eddie on the right wing almost lost his dribble. He did, but it's recovered outside by Antoine Carr. Back outside Rivers as Mike Portillo calls the play. Rivers slightly right of the key. Boston by 5, 16-11. Off the pick, interception by Dennis Johnson. Passing lane steal, he gets a layup.
Dennis Johnson, one of the better defensive players, and Kevin has to be particularly careful because he can't just throw the ball blind. He has to make sure that guy is open.
18-11, Rivers takes it up top and misses it. Rebound, Dominique. In the lane, the short jumper is good. Dominique buries a little jumper in the lane, and Boston's lead is 5, 18-13. 4:55 remaining in the period. Here's Dennis Johnson, front court. Down low for Bird, great look. A great look between Bird and Dennis Johnson.
And the Hawks, each one of them had their back to the ball. You have to be able to, you have to see the basketball.
Willis, right box, takes the short jumper, it's good. Kevin Willis gets his jumper to go down. Boston by 5, 20-15. Ainge, a great lead for Dennis Johnson. On the deep left corner, down low for Bird with position. He fakes it and shoots it good.
Great move. They're picking the Hawks apart right now with their passing.
Bird has 8 in the game. Rivers on the drive. Doc goes to the baseline. Now back outside for Willis. On the left wing, Eddie Johnson has Dominique Lowe for the turnaround jumper. Bullseye. Dominique has 8 in the game. He and Bird have had great games against each other this year. DJ in the lane. Bird, the fall away is good.
Great touch.
is the great inventor, Larry Bird. He invents all the time. Willis down low over his short jumper. No good. Rebound. Knocked loose. On the floor, loose. Knocked out of bounds by Boston. It'll be Atlanta basketball. Ricky Brown and Cliff Livingston come in for Atlanta, replacing Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Willis. So Atlanta goes with Livingston, Brown, and Carr up front. Doc Rivers, Eddie Johnson, the back line. Eddie, left corner, jumper is good. Tough jumper by Eddie.
Tough jumper due to the fact Dennis Johnson was right in his face.
Down low, Parish in the lane. He has position. The short hook is no good. Rebound, Ainge is no good. He got fouled. I'll tell you one thing Atlanta's defense is doing tonight, and it will not help them win the game. They are allowing Boston to get great position down low.
They are, and there's Eddie not boxing out, and you have to box those guards out. Ainge and Dennis Johnson, guys 6'4", 6'5". You have to put your body on them, make sure that you keep them out of the lane.
Boston by 5, 24-19. Ainge has 2. He hits his first. Danny Ainge been a big part of this team. They traded away Gerald Henderson. Foul shot, Ainge is good. Ainge has made a pair. They traded off Gerald Henderson to make room for Ainge in the lineup to give him more and better outside shooting, open things up inside, and Ainge has done a great job for Boston. Here's Carr giving off to Livingston. Cliff, head of the key, on the drive in the lane. The short jumper is no good. He got fouled, a 2-shot foul. 3:19 remaining in the period. Boston by 7, 26-19. And Ray Williams, the ex-Knick, comes in. Ray is still a little bit over his playing weight.
A little bit.
You're a nice guy. But however, he's trying to get into shape for the playoffs, and by the playoff time, Ray Williams probably will be Ray Williams.
Yeah, he will. And I was with Ray today. We were down in the game room playing some Pac-Man and Gallagher, and I was teasing Ray about his weight, and he says, nothing wrong with my weight.
Were you guys eating junk food too?
No, we weren't eating junk food. We were just playing.
Livingston makes his foul shots. And Boston leads by 5, 26-21. Right, Boston has their starting lineup in, except for Ray Williams and for Dennis Johnson. Atlanta now has Doc Rivers and Randy Whitman on the back line, and the front court of Ricky Brown, Antoine Carr, and Cliff Livingston. Boston by 5, 26-21. There's a problem with, I think, a 24-second clock, I think. And I guess they'll solve that problem by, I can't see the clock from where I'm sitting, but I think that's the problem, the 24-second clock.
It is, that's the problem.
It's not odd for the Hawks to be involved in a game with a problem with the clock, but that's another story. Well, Ray Williams comes out of the backcourt, played by Rivers. 5-point Boston lead with just over 3 minutes remaining in the period, 3:10 to be precise. High posting Parish. Parish back to the basket on the right side. Down low for a cutting Ray Williams. He lost it underneath. Taken away by Antoine Carr. Carr can really handle it. 3-on-2. Carr all the way. Whoa. He jams. Antoine Carr. Now that's one of the baby birds.
Now that's handling the ball. I mean, he goes in there with some authority too. So move over, Larry.
6'9", 240 pounds. He got some talent. He overplays, gets a steal. Livingston leads the break. Right side, Carr. Carr, the short jumper is no good. Long rebound, Robert Parish. Parish got the outlet to Danny Ainge. 26-23 Boston. Ainge to the hole. The runner is good. Tough shot by Danny Ainge.
Good shot by Danny Ainge. Good move to the basket.
Danny Ainge has 10 points. And Boston by 5, 28-23. 2:20 remaining in an exciting first period. Here's Rivers on the right wing. They open the right side for Rivers. Now the Hawks, other players get in the offense as Rivers had nothing going on the right side. Here's Ricky Brown at the foul line on the wing to Whitman. The drive, the runner is no good. That's his shot too. Rebound Parish. Ahead for Bird. Larry Bird front court. He gets doubled up. He dribbles away and gets it knocked away by Rivers. But Rivers draws the foul. And right now Boston's going to call time. There is a timeout on the floor. A timeout with the score. Boston 28 and Atlanta 23.
The Celtics are leading the Atlanta Hawks 28-23 in the first quarter. Larry Bird is just beginning to warm up. A few years later, you and Larry collaborated on his autobiography, Drive. When was the first time you saw Larry play?
I saw Larry play in an NIT game at Indiana State University in 1978. I had gone to Indianapolis to cover Providence College for the Boston Globe, and on the night before, Indiana State was playing at home. So three of us drove out to Terre Haute to see this guy who we were kind of curious about.
What did you expect to see, and what did you see?
Well, you know, you're skeptical of the big white guy. You know, how good can he be, really? Here is the gospel truth. He gets a rebound, start the game, gets a defensive rebound, takes 2 or 3 dribbles, moving up the left side of the court, cocks his hand back this way, and fires a 40-foot underhand bullet pass to Carl Nicks, cutting in from the right-hand side for a layup off the dribble. You don't see that pass every day. That was my introduction to Larry Bird. That was his opening statement. Hello, guys, I'm here. And then he wound up playing a good game and winning the game with a turnaround jumper close to the buzzer. So that was my first look. Coincidentally, the next day was my first look at Magic Johnson.
Really? Yes. And not a bad twosome.
No, good weekend.
Did you go into the locker room after? Did you talk to Larry?
No, it just no, and not that he would have had anything to say in those days to a member of the press anyway. This was Larry in his very protective Indiana State phase, but I'm very, grateful that he came to Boston. I got to know him very well in the ensuing years. You know,
those protective, I remember I interviewed him when he was a senior at Indiana State, and the rule was if you interviewed Larry, you had to interview every member of the team. Well, so I interviewed everybody. I did. And I even used Carl Nicks.
That's, yeah. Well, Larry, of course, is stated as a reason during his senior year when they went to the national championship game, that the reason he didn't talk was so if the attention could be focused on the other members of his team. Convenient excuse for Larry to get away from it, but I do think there was grounded in sincerity.
Later, when you got to work together, and you got to know each other well, what did you learn that surprised you about Larry?
Larry Bird is a very bright man. Formally educated to the degree that other people are not necessarily, although he's a college graduate. But my stock banquet line for years was Larry Bird has successfully evaded the American educational system for fill in the blanks. He's a very bright person. He just came from a culture that did not put a great value and emphasis on learning. Plus, the most important social characteristic about Larry Bird that's important to remember, he does not want to distance and separate himself from his roots. Larry Bird does not ever want to return to Orange County, Indiana, and have somebody say, gee, Larry, you've changed.
Being a coach, do you think that will change him?
Well, he's blossomed, matured, and grown up, and become more and more sophisticated over the years in the first place. There's nothing that he'll be confronted with professionally that he can't handle. And the fact that he wants to coach, that he has good, sound reasons for wanting to coach, will tell you all you need to know. And so far, the results have been very good.
And if he really wants to teach those kids, the thing he should do, show them the tape of this game.
You would have to step back and just say, boys, watch this.
We'll pause briefly, and then we'll go to the Celtics and the Hawks again. March 12th, 1985. Boston leading 37-34. The second quarter has just gotten underway.
You're watching ESPN Classic, the Classic Sports Network.
Send your packages in 2 days with FedEx to lots of different places. You get lots of different prices.
Send your packages in 2 days with UPS to lots of different places. You get lots of different prices.
Send your packages in 2 to 3 days with Priority Mail to lots of different places. You get the same price. You know, $3.
So, what's your priority? Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
When you score, I score. When you sweat, I sweat. When you hurt, I hurt. What you wear, I wear. Champion, exclusive outfitter of the WNBA.
Hey, we work here in the ESPN the Magazine shipping department. We really love our jobs, especially these days because, well, we're sending out a free gift to all the new subscribers. There's no time to lose. Subscribers are waiting. We need to send out these official ESPN the Magazine sweatshirts ASAP. Right, buddy?
Hey, it's the ESPN the Magazine sweatshirt. Well, all right.
Now's a great time to subscribe to ESPN the Magazine because we're sending every new subscriber this official heavy-duty ESPN the Magazine sweatshirt, absolutely free with your paid subscription.
Hey, Wally. Hey, picture me working out in this great sweatshirt, man. Oh, he's got the ESPN the Magazine logo right up front.
That's great, Ralph. Please shove a sweatshirt in a box.
I've always loved this shade of blue. Oh, and it's an extra large, so it even fits me. Hey, it looks pretty good on you, too.
Listen, I think we're getting a little backed up here. Boss really wants us to get these out.
Subscribe now to ESPN the Magazine and get your sports the way it ought to be. big and bold with unbelievable photos. Honest interviews that'll surprise you. Previews and predictions, the ins, outs, and insights that give you our take on the teams to beat and the players to watch. Plus regular reports by your favorite ESPN personalities. Call now and get 26 issues, a year's worth for just $1 an issue. $1 an issue. That's 66% off the newsstand price. And with your paid subscription, you'll get your very own ESPN the Magazine sweatshirt free.
Help me, Ralph. I'm begging you.
It's hard to believe this great sweatshirt is free. I mean, I wonder what lucky subscriber is going to get this one, huh?
No subscriber is going to get that one, Ralph, unless you put it in a box.
Call now for ESPN the Magazine and your free official sweatshirt. 1-800-909-3344. That's 1-800-909-3344.
We now return to the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
Ray Williams front court for the Celts. Wedman up top of the long bomb, no good. Rebound Parish. His jumper is short. Rebound Scotty Hastings. Atlanta could have had a 3-on-1, but Hastings stopped dribbling. Eddie ahead for Dominique from the corner. He drills it again, Dominique. Dominique has 13. And Atlanta now trails by 1, 37-36. Atlanta has scored 8 in a row. Down low for McHale. He gets doubled. He spins away and walks and lays
He did walk. He surely walked.
McHale got away with one then. Front court, here's Eddie Johnson. Eddie, the lead, and shot no good, but there will be a foul, a two-shot foul on the play.
Eddie took a good fall that time for his efforts. He takes Quinn Buckner, and Quinn gets him with the body, and Quinn has a big body to get you with.
Eddie has scored 5, and he can bring the Hawks within 1 again. His first is good. .8:53 remaining in the half. Foul shot is good. 39-38. It's a 1-point lead for the Celts as the Hawks play him tough again. Dennis Johnson comes front court. It's kind of a fun game. Larry Bird has come back, and he receives the pass. Down low, McHale. His hook is short. Rebound, Ricky Brown. Boy, they are going to McHale on every play. Out of the backcourt comes Eddie. McHale has missed some shots. He normally hits all the time. He's getting great position. Rivers on the drive off to Ricky Brown. On the wing, Neek. His jumper is long. Rebound, Hastings. Good offensive position. He got pushed by McHale. It'll be a non-shooting foul.
Good position by Scott. Great position. I mean, he moved McHale right out from under the basket and got the rebound. There was no way Kevin McHale could get that rebound. Scott went under the basket. A good example of good boxing out.
Yes, sir. Up top, here's Rivers. Atlanta could take the lead with the hoop. Rivers on the drive. His jumper is missed, and the rebound taken away by McHale. Out of the backcourt comes Ainge. Ainge and Dennis Johnson now with Parish, Bird, and McHale. The #1 team is reunited. Dennis Johnson misses a shot. Rebound, Bird. Bird on the baseline. Oh, great pass. Oh, what a pass. Great. Larry Bird to McHale.
He passed that ball from behind Scott Hastings back to McHale for the layup.
Some pass by Larry Bird. That's what I mean. He invents. He is the great inventor. Here's Eddie off a Hastings pick. 18-footer. Bullseye again. Eddie Johnson has 9 in the game. And Boston leads by 141-40. Front court, Dennis Johnson lost it out of bounds, and Atlanta will get it back. Kevin Willis will come in. Want to say hello to Mary Needle, beautiful wife of our PR director Bill Needle, watching tonight, and also the beautiful girls in Norcross, Beth and Stacy. Of course, Janice. Front court, here comes Doc Rivers. 7:25 remaining in the first half. Atlanta could take the lead with a hoop. Rivers up top for Hastings. Now swing it. Left wing, Dominique on the drive. The runner is no good. Rebound taken away by Danny Ainge. Ainge comes across. Ainge will pull up and take the jumper. Way long. It is a wild game. But a fun game, and here's Rivers front court. The pass is kicked. Atlanta gets a new 24 and the ball. Just under 7 minutes, 6:59 remaining on the halftime clock. Boston by 141-40. Atlanta playing tonight without Sly Williams, Mike Glenn, and Tree Rollins, all back home injured. Boston without Cedric Maxwell and ML Carr. Rivers front court. He's on the right wing and up. Eddie off the Hastings pick. Eddie drives. The runner is goaltended by Parish. Another great play by Eddie. Now Eddie has 11.
Good quickness to the basket. The ball hits the glass, and Robert Parish hits it off the glass.
Atlanta by 1, 42-41. Atlanta was down 37-20. Here's Dominique almost stealing. Bird recovers. Great sends the pass down to Parish down low, and there's another foul on Atlanta. I'll tell you what, if you're open for a second, Bird finds you.
Oh, he'll definitely find you. He does not hesitate about passing the ball to open guys.
Ainge front court. Ainge looking down low for McHale. Has him low again. The hook is good. He's getting great position, and he can't miss from there. Dominique, his jumper is missed. Rebound, Ainge. Boston by 1. Ainge tears up the floor. Bird out of the left corner. The bomb is good.
See, Dominique has to concentrate on getting back also. Concentrate on his shot, but make sure that he gets back because Bird is taking off after the rebound, and Dominique has to get back.
See, you can take off if you know your team's going to rebound the ball. When you got those guys around the basket, you can be pretty sure of it. Rivers off a Hastings pick in the lane right. Rivers, the runner, is backed up too hard. Rebound tip taken away by Parish. Here's a lead for Ainge. 4-on-1. The layup by Dennis Johnson's good. Dennis Johnson on the end of a break gets a layup, and Atlanta calls time. There is a timeout on the floor. A timeout with the score Boston 47 and Atlanta 42.
We'll return to the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
There's still something about Mary.
I love Birdman!
It's a drama.
It was touching. Surprise!
It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's something about Mary. Rated R. Now playing.
Opportunity. Feel it. Taste it. I went from Grambling to the big game, and I'm back to tell you. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Dig deep into your hunger. Stare it in the face and say, it just tastes better.
Now at Burger King, buy a tasty Big King sandwich and get one free when you say, it just tastes better. The Big King has 2 delicious flame broiled patties and tastes even better than the Big Mac.
You want it? Yeah! What do you say?
Burger King. If you ask us.
It just tastes better.
I don't want to buy a new PC every year till commencement. I needed one that would keep up with them. Gotta save something for college.
Introducing your wear from Gateway. Call 1-800-GATEWAY and we'll custom build you a Gateway PC with an Intel processor and CD-ROM. Now for only $28 a month. And in 2 years, you could trade it in toward the purchase of a new one.
Do you guys make sneakers?
Call us now and let's talk about your wear from Gateway.
Enterprise? Hi, I'm at the repair shop. I need to rent a car.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
The greatest college football games in history are on ESPN Classic. College Football Classics. Friday, their rivalry dominated the late 80s. Notre Dame versus Miami from 1989. The Fighting Irish go south to tackle the Hurricanes' 31 home game winning streak. Plus, Notre Dame versus Miami from 1990. Craig Erickson's Hurricanes clash with the Fighting Irish for the final time. College Football Classics, Friday, only on ESPN Classic.
That was a good timeout call by Mike Fratello because Boston will hit you with great blitzes, and they were starting to hit.
That's right, and you look at the clock, the score was 42-41 in Atlanta, and now they're down 5 points.
And it happens.
They can do it.
It happens in moments. 47-42, Boston by 5.5 remaining in the first half. Antoine Carr back in. He cuts left, stops at the foul line. He had the jumper. He's not a bad outside shooter either. Dominique lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Larry Bird. Atlanta gets the ball back with 7 on the shot clock. Atlanta has to get a shot off in 7 seconds. John Sterling, Charlie Chris here from Nolans. Hawks and Celtics bringing in a Dominique. Dominique outside Eddie. He drives the gap. The runner is blocked. He got fouled. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
I didn't think they were going to call it at first. He got his hand. He sure did.
Larry Bird got him from behind. With 3 minutes remaining in New York, Phoenix leads the Knicks 110-106. 3 minutes remaining in Indiana. New Jersey leads the Pacers by 101-100. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Chicago leads Detroit 48-32. At halftime, Houston leads Denver 70-59. And at the half, Portland leads Kansas City 59-57. Foul shots are good by Edward. He has 13. He and Dominique each have 13. And Boston's lead is only 3, 47-44. 5:10 remaining in a good first half. Down low, 2-man game. Parish. His turnaround baseline long. Rebound, Kevin Willis. Atlanta rebounding well tonight on the defensive glass. Eddie ahead for Carr, who drives and lays it up, and no good. They drew the foul. Charlie, we are waiting when Antoine Carr really becomes a top-flight pro player, because, boy, does he have some offensive ability.
He really does, and this is his time because he's getting a lot of playing time. He's getting to show exactly what he's made of and what he can do. And he goes to the basket very, very strong. And he jumps so well that he can just hang there, draw the foul, and he's strong enough to keep the ball and get it up to the hoop.
Carr has great offensive talent because he can dribble the ball on his own. He can handle it well enough to get to the basket. And he is 6'9" and about 240. He also can drill outside, too. Carr misses the first foul shot. He has one more. Antoine has hit it. Carr has 7 in the game, and Atlanta trails by 2. Boston has Danny Ainge and Dennis Johnson, and the front line now of Scott Wedman, Larry Bird, Robert Parish, and McHale out with 3 fouls. Wedman head of the key. Off the pick comes DJ driving. In the lane, his shot is blocked. He got fouled going up. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Dennis Johnson, another strong guard who plays bigger than his 6'4", 6'5" would normally recommend. And he draws the foul on Doc Rivers, even though Kevin Willis got the block.
Boston doesn't have a deep team, but when Maxwell comes back, then McHale comes off the bench, Wedman comes off the bench, and when Ray Williams gets in shape, he'll be coming off the bench, and that's a pretty solid 8-man crew. And
right.
eight is enough, I think, to win a championship.
Well, it is. If you go any deeper than 8, but a lot of times, I tell you what, if you go with 9 or 10 guys during the season, it's not a good idea, I don't feel, to when the playoffs start, to cut that down to 8 or 7 guys.
But Boston, of course, doesn't. They go usually with 7 guys. Dominique, left wing up top for Willis. 1 of 2 made by DJ, and it's 48-45, Boston by 3. Rivers up top. Eddie, open pop from the head of the key is good. Eddie Johnson has 15. He has 10 this period, and Atlanta trails by 1. Hawks are really playing Boston tough again, posting DJ. Down low for the turnaround. It is no good. Rebound, Parish, big rebound. Parish sends it back outside, knocked away by Dominique, taken by Eddie. And Eddie got fouled in the backcourt, and that's too bad. In other words, the Hawks are angry at that foul being called. You see Mike Fratello jumping up and down because Atlanta had a 4-on-1. There's Mike kind of smiling, but it's not a sincere smile.
A lot of referees would not have made that call. They would have let that one go.
Eddie Johnson, who has been brilliant again tonight against Boston. What an amazing psychological mental game this is. You got to talk about that. Why aren't the Hawks playing this way against other teams?
Well, because the other teams aren't the Boston Celtics. That's the reason. And like I've said before, when you play against the best, it brings out the best in you.
Eddie makes the first to tie the game. He rolls in the second. Eddie has 17 points, 12 in this period, and Atlanta leads 49-48. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Atlanta playing tough ball. Wedman outside hits the shot. He's a great jump shooter, Scott
Antoine
Wedman.
has to, excuse me, John. Antoine has to come up on Scott Wedman, make him put the ball on the
Rivers on the drive against Ainge. He went right by Ainge and knocked it in. If you like basketball, you got to love this game. This is a tremendous athletic talent game. Hawks by 1, 51-50. Ainge in the lane. His off-balance jumper short. Rebound, Dominique going sky high. Get it ahead for Eddie. A lead for Rivers driving. Cross court for Willis, knocked away. Recovered by Rivers. The layup is no good. He got fouled. A two-shot foul. And the Hawks, the baby birds, are playing with drive and spirit and elan and panache.
They're playing their game. Doc picks it up. And I mean, he was mugged. He wasn't just back.
Wedman draws the foul. Rivers has missed the first. 3:32 remaining in the half. Atlanta by 1, 51-50. Hey, by the way, we have a tremendous halftime feature. Tell you about it when we have a chance. Rivers has knocked the second one in. Doc makes 1 of 2. He has 7 in the game. And Atlanta leads by 2, 52-50. In front court, Dennis Johnson. DJ, his pass knocked away by Rivers and knocked out of bounds by Rivers and Bird. It'll be Boston ball. And yes, that is part of Larry Bird's makeup. He dives like he was trying to earn a job in spring training. And by the way, he doesn't have to worry. He has a job. Ainge way outside DJ. Now off the pick comes Bird. The long jumper, no. Rebound, knocked out and picked up by Dennis Johnson. Down low, Parish, the layup is good. Parish has 4 in the game. Eddie, a lead for Dominique. Driving Dominique to the rim. Oh, what a drive by Dominique.
Great move. That's that hang time.
Dominique has 15. Atlanta by 2 in a brilliant game. Down low, Bird. His layup is good. Basket counts. He got fouled. Larry Bird. Bird has 16 in the game. Charlie, we're very lucky. This is the 3rd television game we've had against Boston. They've all been beauties.
They have. And Dominique cannot come around so they can pass the ball to the inside of him to Bird in the lane because too many things can happen. Like that time, Antoine picked up the foul. Dominique has to stay behind him and then get help from the guards coming back down.
Bird's foul shot is good. He has 17 in the game. 55-54, Boston by 1. 2:51 remaining in the half. Eddie has a high pick from Carr. Goes away from the pick. Dennis Johnson knocked it away. Eddie regains. Eddie now will send down low for Carr. He lost it out of bounds. He had a drive. He saw Parish and was making up his mind what he was going to do with the ball. Take the jumper or go right at Parish. What?
Excuse me. I think it was a case of him trying to do something before he got it.
Antoine Carr leaves. He's replaced by Cliff Livingston. Dennis Johnson, front court. DJ up top. Off the pick comes Bird for the bob. Got it again. Larry Bird. Bird comes off pick shooting. He has the ball in the air before you can get near him. Boston by 3, 57-54, 2:15 in a terrific first half of basketball. Eddie cutting left. Off to Dominique. He fakes it. No shot. Down low for Willis, posted. Back to Dominique for the three-point try. It is no good. Long rebound. Rivers tried to steal it. Taken away by Dennis Johnson. Ahead, Eddie steals it from Bird. Eddie lost it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hawks. It'll be Boston ball. Bird will bring it in. 1:57 remaining in the half. Boston by 3, 57-54. Ainge, right corner. Bird got fouled by Kevin Willis.
Kevin had Larry Bird in a little neck hug. That's all. Wasn't much contact.
Finals tonight in the NBA. Phoenix beats New York 123-119. And New Jersey beats Indiana 109-108. Bird has 2, and Lawrence, a great foul shooter. What else makes the first? Bird has 20 in the game. The lead all scorers. I think in the second half, I'll tell you what departments Bird leads the Celtics in. It's amazing. Foul shot is good. Bird has 21. Boston leads by 5, 59-54. 1:50 remaining in the half. John Sterling, Charlie Chris from the campus of the University of New Orleans. Rivers up top now for Willis. Kevin's 18-footer is short. Rebound taken away by Danny Ainge. Ainge and the Celtics come out running. Left corner, Dennis Johnson open and hits it. Boston by 7. Across comes Rivers, and he now slows down and brings the dribble outside. Boston by 7, 61-54. Boy, they hit you with spurts, don't they? Off the pick comes Eddie, right wing. Eddie goes baseline. His drive is good. A great drive, Eddie Johnson.
Great move by Eddie. With the left hand.
Eddie Johnson has 19 in the game, and he has 14 this period. Bird posted right. He's doubled, gets cross court for the open Dennis Johnson jumper good. Boy, if you double Bird, are you going to pay for it?
Yes, you will.
And pay for it right away. He doesn't waste any time. Under a minute remaining in the half. Boston by 7, 63-56. Eddie, great pass to Livingston. He got fouled, knocks it in. Bird got Livingston. There's a great pick and roll pass. Livingston imperceptibly set the pick and rolled and got it right back. What a pass.
If Cliff doesn't roll, the whole play is not even possible. And a great, now that shows Cliff's strength also.
Yes,
Get that ball up there after Bird grabbed his whole arm.
What a beautiful bounce pass by Eddie Johnson. A great pick and roll pass. That Eddie can make the pick and roll pass. Boy. Foul shot, Livingston is way off. Rebound tipped by Willis, no good. Rebound, Parish. Boston by 5, 63-58. 40 seconds remaining in the half. DJ comes cross. Bird posted. Back to the basket. Looks. Now takes the jumper instead. No good. He drew the foul from Dominique. It'll be a two-shot foul.
Oh, boy.
Larry Bird will go the line for 2. You see Ron Rothstein conferring with Mike Fratello. Ron and Brendan Sir, Mike's assistants. 33 seconds remaining in the half. Larry Bird makes. Hey, did you notice that Bob Reinhardt, the ex-Hawk assistant coach, now the top gun at Georgia State, just signed a top-flight prospect?
Yes.
Didn't take him long, did it?
Sure didn't.
Bob Reinhardt's going to make Georgia State hum, just like Bobby Cremins did at Tech. Larry Bird makes his foul shots. Larry Bird, not a bad half. He has 23 points. 65-58, Boston by 7. Atlanta will run the clock down as far as they can, but they can't run it all the way. The difference will be about 8 seconds. All right, Rivers outside. It's a 1-4 set. The last time, at the end of the first Bird, Rivers went right around Ainge. Now Rivers, off the pick comes Eddie. Down low Willis, who takes a short jump hook, no good. Rebound, Parish. 10 seconds remaining. Boston will get another shot and a good one. In front court, Dennis Johnson wheels to the baseline. Back to Bird rolling. The hook, no good. Rebound, Rivers at the buzzer. And at the end of one half of play, a tremendous offensive first half of both teams. At the half, Boston 65 and the Atlanta Hawks 58.
There's still something about Mary.
I love Bourbon!
It's a drama.
It was touching.
Surprise!
It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's something about Mary. Rated R. Now playing.
Is there anything else? An only real thing to do? Anything else I need except cold and you? No, there's nothing else that'll do besides Coca-Cola. There's only you. Hey, come on, give me a Coke, baby. Give me some of that real thing. Come on.
What do you call hamburgers that are grilled one at a time by a person? Absolutely delicious. Chili's Big Mouth Burgers, monuments of inefficiency.
Football allowed me the opportunity to vent the anger. I was a ticking time bomb, and anything could have triggered, you know, a violent reaction from me.
Sacking the cornerback is just like you devastate a city or you cream a multitude of people. I mean, it's just like you put all the offensive players in one bag and I just take a baseball bat and beat on the bag. The head slap was to do 2 two purposes. One was to give myself an initial head start on the pass rush, because anytime you go upside a man's head, they have a tendency to blink their eyes or close their eyes, and that was all I needed. Gale Sayers had a statement out that all he needed was 16 inches. Well, all I needed was a blink of the old eyes, and I was biting.
Gentlemen, over the years, Bristol University has assembled some of the greatest minds in football. While it's important that we look back at the past, it's also important that we look forward to the future. With that in mind, I'd like to propose a toast to our newest member, Jim. Here's to football, here's to friends, here's to sausage. NFL Countdown, Sundays at 11, Mondays at 6:30 on ESPN.
You're watching the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
Spectacular move! Oh, my, this place is going crazy! I don't believe it!
Perhaps no human being was created more for the sole purpose of playing basketball in Boston than Larry Bird. The blue-collar fans of Beantown admired Bird's unyielding drive, his relentless determination, and his unequaled tenacity, and he knew it.
When they start chanting, when they start hollering, for some reason, inside my body, I don't know what would happen, but I go to the next level. I could take my game to the next level just off the roar of the crowd, and I'd done it numerous of times in the Garden.
In only his second season, Bird revitalized the Celtic mystique by leading Boston to the World Championship in 1981. Bird's Celtics would win 2 more titles in '84 and '86. These championships and other memorable moments made Bird's career in Boston legendary.
And now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right at 1 second left. What a play by Bird. Bird stole the inbounding pass. Laid it up to DJ. DJ laid it up and in. And Boston has a 1-point lead with 1 second left. Oh my, this place is going crazy.
With an aura and an arrogance of invincibility, Bird seemed always able to will the Celtics to victory, and he carved out a place for himself not only in Boston's rich legacy, but also the games.
You are watching what greatness is all about.
You're watching the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
This ESPN Classic presentation is brought to you by the United States Postal Service. We deliver.
When you ship with Priority Mail, it's a great way to save money. But what about other parts of the world? There's global Priority Mail. And here's the best part. Give us a few days more, and you can save up to 70% over FedEx or UPS. So, what's your global priority? Try Global Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Neil, did you eat your chunky soup?
Huh?
Neil, did you eat your chunky soup?
Yeah, man. Chunky sirloin burger with loads of vegetables and lots of beefy sirloin burgers, grilled to perfection.
Neil, did you eat your chunky soup?
Why do you keep saying that? Mama.
Gotta make sure you eat good.
Campbell's Chunky Sirloin Burger. It's loaded with beef.
Marijuana, cost me a lot of things. I mean, I used to be a straight-A student, I was liked by all the neighbors, No, never really caused any trouble. I was always a good kid, growing up, it was all right. Before I knew it, I was getting thrown out of my house. I mean, it's crazy to think what really happened to me. I was a good kid, straight-A students. Next thing I know, I'm getting thrown out of my house, and it's like, I just became a total loser.
When you score, I score. When you sweat, I sweat. When you hurt, I hurt. What you wear, I wear. Champion, exclusive outfitter of the WNBA.
dribbles down the free throw line. Jordan with a jam.
You're watching ESPN Classic.
The Hawks come out with Randy Whitman and Eddie Johnson on the back line. Dominique Wilkins, Antoine Carr, and Kevin Willis up front. Give you Boston in just a moment. Here's Dominique up top for Carr. Carr played by McHale. McHale, 3 fouls, remember. Down low, Dominique, stolen by Ainge. Good steal. He stole the dribble off the Whitman pass. Ainge and Dennis Johnson, the backcourt, with Larry Bird, Robert Parish, and Kevin McHale. All right, Dennis Johnson outside being pursued by Eddie. DJ now right of the key has Bird in the corner. 2-man game, Bird and Parish. Bird goes to the foul line, sends down low, stolen by Carr. Carr comes out 3-on-1. Carr will take it to the hole and jam. And he has some talent at 6'9", 240.
He really does. And once he goes up and has that authority, nobody's going to try to get that shot because he just goes up there. And, I mean, he's way up.
You see how well he handles the ball, though? He dribbles it like a much smaller player. In front court, posted up high is Parish. Off to Bird for the open 20-footer. It's good. You can't give him that shot. You give him that shot, it's in the well.
That's right.
Bird has 25. Dominique on the drive, pulls up with a short jumper and drills it. Dominique has 17 in the game at 67-62. Boston by 5. A great tempo to this game. Tremendous offensive tempo for both teams. Both teams running and getting good shots, not running aimlessly. Parish, his right side jumper is good. One thing about Boston, they just have a darn good shooting ball club. Here is Whitman on the drive, leaning in. His short jumper is good. That's the in-between shot I talked about.
That's a tough shot to make. It shows you what kind of touch Randy Whitman has to make that kind of shot consistently.
And that really is his shot, that in-between shot. Here's Dennis Johnson front court. Bird cutting without the... Oh, what a pass. Parish lost it. The great inventor strikes again. Bird got it, and without a moment's hesitation, threw a behind-his-body bounce pass.
And it was a blind pass. I mean, he just knew. He didn't even look at Parish. He knew Parish was going to be there. And that also comes from playing together, knowing each other's moves.
Well, what a great passer. What a great passer. I tell you, he and Magic have really revolutionized this game. 2 guys 6'9" who can pass that way.
Yes, indeed.
They have made passing a rediscovered art. If anyone tells you the pros don't pass anymore, laugh in their face. They don't know what they're talking about. Here's Ainge, right wing. On the drive, his runner is no good. Rebound, Kevin Willis. By the way, Michael Jordan of Chicago can pass that way, too. Dominique fakes it, and he got fouled by Bird, a 2-shot foul.
And don't forget Isaiah.
He passes fairly well, but at least he's a guard. He's kind of prototypical. But
Bird and Magic are guards.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Really are. Good fake by Dominique. Bird just reached back and just whacked him.
Bird and Magic Johnson are really point guards who rebound the ball.
That's right.
Dominique gets a couple of foul shots. Atlanta down by only 5, 69-64, and the first foul shot missed by Neek. 10 minutes on the nose left in the third period.
The only difference with Bird is he doesn't play the point guard. That's all. Which he could play the point if he had to.
He handles it an awful lot.
Yes.
Dominique makes 1 of 2. He has 18. Atlanta trails now by 4, 69-65. Terrific game. Good fans game. Way outside McHale. Played by Antoine up top. Off the right side pick comes DJ. Drives left in the lane. The fall away is short. Rebound tipped and taken away by Dennis Johnson. In the corner, Bird. Left corner jumper is no good. Rebound, Dennis Johnson. Dennis in the lane. His short jumper is no good. Rebound, McHale. That's where they kill you. Rebound, no good. Rebound, no good. Rebound, Parish knocked away. Dennis Johnson in the lane. The layup is no good. Rebound taken by Eddie. Here's a 2-on-1. Eddie will go past Ainge. The layup is blocked. He got fouled. A 2-shot foul. And once Eddie saw Ainge back, he took it right to the hole.
And I tell you what, they had about 5 shots at the hoop. And you cannot continue to give them 5 shots. And Eddie's quickness, it just took over and took control of Danny Ainge. Eddie attacked Danny Ainge offensively.
Yes, he did. Eddie on the line for 2, and the Hawks could pull within 2. Eddie's first is good, and fast Edward has 20 in the game. He had 19 in the first half. 69-66, Boston by 3. Foul shot, Edward good. Boston by a deuce, 69-67. 9:18 remaining in the third period. Dennis Johnson up top. Stops his dribble, slightly right of the key. Finds Ainge outside. Now on the right wing, Bird down low, Parish for the turnaround fake. And there's a foul on Atlanta. It's on Randy Whitman coming over to double up. Whitman's second, and second on the team. Boston also has 2 team fouls. The pass in is tipped away by the Hawks and stolen by Antoine Carr. Eddie out of the backcourt. Atlanta can tie with a hoop. Outside Eddie, and the Hawks set up. It's a 1-4 set for the Hawks. Off the right side pick, Dominique. Dominique looking for Willis down low. Now Dominique down low for Kevin Willis. In the corner, Dominique for the open 20-footer. Bullseye! And we're all tied. Dominique has 20. And we're tied at 69. And the Hawks continue to play Boston as tough as they want to be played. Inexplicable, maybe, but it's true. It's happened. It's happened all year. Bird down low. Dennis Johnson posted. Baseline jumper. Short. Rebound. Kevin Willis. Atlanta could take the lead. Atlanta runs 4 on 3. Eddie. Great steal by Ainge. Dennis Johnson never went up court. He'll get a layup, and there it is. Boston by 2. 71-69. 8:13 remaining in a terrific game.
Eddie tried to make that pass on the run using one hand. With the Celtics, it's hard to do. You have to make sure you have full control.
Eddie Johnson left side drives right hard in the lane. He went up and got fouled, a 2-shot foul. Now, when Eddie drove the lane, when he made that little turn, he never really thought he was going to get a shot up. But he really thought he was going to get fouled, and he did.
Right. That's exactly right. Yep, he knew that shot would never get to the basket.
Larry Bird has just drawn his 4th foul, and now he goes over to Billy Sarr, and Sarr corrects the foul call.
Yeah, it wasn't Bird.
It was not on Bird, it was on Dennis Johnson. Now Hugh Evans is coming over, and Hugh Evans is telling Scott Wedman to come back in the game. Hugh Evans is saying to Scott Wedman, you can come back in the game because it was on Bird. Well, Bird leaves. Scott Wedman comes in. And we have to find out whether Bird has 4 or 3. That's a big moment in the game.
It was on Dennis Johnson.
What Mike Fratello is doing is putting up 2 threes. That's what he said the referee said. 33 is Bird. 3 is Dennis Johnson. Bird comes out. I don't know who the foul was on. A foul shot by Eddie is good. I guess it wasn't on Bird because Bird's coming back on the floor.
It was on Dennis Johnson.
But Bird comes on the floor. Robert Parish leaves. And Bird has only 3 fouls. Remember that. Bird has 3. Eddie has made his first. He has 22. All right, Eddie Johnson can tie the game for the Hawks. He does not. Rebound, Kevin McHale. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the third. Boston by 1, 71-70. Dennis Johnson comes across. DJ head of the key. Now on the left wing, Wedman down low. Bird. He gets away from the steal. The layup is good.
You have to make sure you can get the steal and don't just reach because Bird is just too smart.
Antoine Carr down low. Spins. Bird fakes him and jams. Antoine Carr has 11. And Boston by 1, 73-72. Dennis Johnson front court. DJ, a long left side jumper is good. I'll tell you what, Atlanta only 3 points down, and Boston shooting the lights out. Down low, Willis with a turnaround hook. It's no good. Rebound knocked away and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Carr. It'll be Boston basketball.
Antoine's playing very hard.
Yes, he is, and very well, too. Out of the backcourt, Danny Ainge. Ainge and Dennis Johnson with Wedman, McHale, and Bird. Doc Rivers will get back for the Hawks. Off the pick comes Bird. He drives right, dishes it up, no good. Rebound, tip, taken by Wedman. His jumper blocked by Willis. McHale gets the rebound, lays it in. McHale in double figures with 12, and Eddie Johnson comes across. Atlanta will call a 20-second timeout. So Atlanta calls at 20. 6:43 remaining in the third. Boston by 5 against 77-72.
You're watching ESPN Classic, the Classic Sports Network.
There's still something about Mary.
I love bourbon!
It's a drama.
It was touching.
Surprise!
It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's Something About Mary. Rated R. Now play.
That looks tasty.
It's a Big King. I got this one for free.
Gonna eat them both?
Not if you let me play baseball.
Baseball? Son, I coach. What position?
Shortstop. No, second base. And I want a bat, too.
Welcome aboard, slugger.
The Flame Broiled Big King. It's like a Big Mac, but tastes better with 75% more beef. Buy one now, say it just tastes better, and get a second one free.
How'd you boys like to play ice hockey?
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
Here's something you should never do with your eyeglasses unless they're made from Flexon. Even after bending and twisting, Flexon frames still look and fit great. Feel free to fall asleep in your glasses. Feel free to squeeze your Flexon frames. Feel free to kid around. Flexon frames, durable, comfortable, light. Ask for them by name. Flexon by Marchand.
Today on ESPN Classic, it's an all-day Larry Legend showcase. From his clash with Moses Malone and Calvin Murphy to his retirement, Larry Joe Bird is the living legend from French Lick, Indiana. Watch some of his greatest games and his emotional retirement ceremony from the old Boston Garden and see why, as Magic Johnson says, there will never be another Larry Bird. All day on ESPN Classic.
We now return to the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
So our crowd, Atlanta down by 5, 77-72 with 6:40 remaining in the third period. Dominique outside. Doc Rivers now. Whitman in the backcourt. Here's Dominique on the drive. The runner is backed up and in. What a tough shot by Dominique.
Very tough shot. Leaning forward off the glass. Good touch.
Dominique has 22. Set the lineups for you. Dennis Johnson and Ainge the backcourt with McHale driving. McHale blocked by Dominique. Oh, what a block. Dominique in front court. Neek. Left wing. Neek. His pass batted away by Ainge. Boston has a 3-on-none. McHale will get a layup.
This is a case of getting a little too excited, trying to do a little too much. Dominique just made a mistake after the great block.
79-74. Boston again by 5. The Hawks really hanging tough against, frankly, a much, much better team. Back the best in the world, Boston Celtics. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the third. Down low, Dominique. He drives. His layup is good. I'll tell you one thing about Boston. Dominique cannot be stopped against the Celtics. He has really tuned them up this year. Front court, he has Bird in the corner. Right corner, Bird. Backs in. Posted up, Bird. Takes the jumper and hits it.
Tell you what, they've tuned each other up this year. Dominique and Bird.
Bird has 29. Brilliant as always. Whitman front court. 5-point Boston lead, 81-76. Rivers on the drive, gets in the lane, dishes off. Oh, what a pass by Rivers.
Great pass.
There's a penetration and pass by Rivers, and Willis gets the basket. It is really amazing how Atlanta plays against Boston every game this year. McHale way outside. Off the pick comes DJ for the standing jumper, in and out. Rebound, McHale. His rebound batted away by Whitman from behind. McHale is 6'10", and his arms are about 6'11". McHale can play at a height of just about 7 feet or more with those arms.
That's true. He gets a lot of rebounds just standing under the basket, raising his arms up.
Atlanta resting Dominique, brings in Cliff Livingston. Here's Bird, left wing. Larry, left wing, looking for McHale low. Now Bird on the drive. Falls back for the jumper, short. And the rebound taken away by Carr. Atlanta can close within one with a hoop. Willis down low. Takes the move and misses the shot. Rebound, McHale. Outlet pass gets jammed, but he gets it off to DJ. A lead for Bird front court. Bird shoots the jumper right side. Good.
Nobody played him. He dribbled the ball and just froze everybody. Everybody just ran away from Larry Bird. Can't run away from Bird.
Bird has 31. Antoine Carr posted up top for Eddie's jumper. Bullseye. Eddie Johnson has 24. This is one of the best games of the year. This is the third time Atlanta has played Boston in this kind of a game. What a, tremendous fans game. Two teams full of great athletes going at each other. Off the pick comes Wedman with a long jumper. Good.
He's a shooter.
I don't know. I just love this game. Boston by 5, 85-80. Rivers on the drive. Off to Carr. Carr knocked away and stolen by Danny Ainge. Ainge streaks up for a lead for Wedman. The layup is good. A beautiful bounce pass by Ainge. A beautiful lead bounce pass off the dribble by Ainge. And the Hawks take time. There is a timeout on the floor. A timeout with the score. Boston 87 and Atlanta 80.
We'll return to the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
There's still something about Mary.
I love Birdman!
It's a drama.
It was touching.
Surprise!
It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's something about Mary. Rated R. Now playing.
Yeah, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it like that. I got soul. I got soul. I like it like that. Yo aquí te quiero. I like it like that. Hey, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it like that.
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
How do you get rid of ugly stains on ceiling tiles? You simply spray them away. Incredible? It's true with Instagon. Just spray it on and the stain is gone right before your eyes in less than 30 seconds. No scrubbing, no rubbing, no work at all. Instagon's unique patent-pending formula disintegrates stains on contact. This textured sealing is a real challenge. You'll rub off the pebbling before you wipe away the dirt. But Instagon gets rid of the problem in no time. Amazing! And stop wasting so much time on bathroom tiles. Even that grungy caulking between the tiles comes sparkling clean with Instagon. Stucco is just about impossible to clean. But Instagon gets into all those tiny crevices and dissolves the grime away. It'll even take care of those neglected fireplace walls. Just spray on Instagon and watch years of soot just disappear. Water stains on your walls and ceilings? Now you see them, now you don't. Instagon works like magic. And why scrub that PVC lawn furniture? Just give it a spray of Instagon and clean away months of dirt in seconds. It even gets rid of the mildew on those vinyl cushions. You just spray it away. For extra large stains, apply Instagon with a paint roller. It works safely. It works instantly on all these surfaces. Instagon is yours for only $19.95. But wait, call now and we'll double your order at no extra charge. That's two 22-ounce spray bottles good for hundreds of jobs for only $19.95. Guaranteed to make stains disappear or your money back. It's not available in stores, so order your Instagon now.
Order Instagon now and receive an additional 22-ounce bottle of Instagon absolutely free just by calling 1-800-931-6800 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling to Instagon, 809 Stewart Lane, Brentwood, Tennessee. But for quicker service, call 1-800-931-6800.
Are you old school? Old school, like Earl the Pearl, shaking and baking.
Mark Fidrich, Bobby Orr.
Joe Lewis, old school.
Old school is Paul Bear Bryant.
Like Pistol Pete.
Illy Funkster Socks.
Black socks.
Short shorts.
Definitely old school. Old school like me. Julius Irvin.
Dr. J.
Running down in like in the 70s with a big afro.
Got it going on.
I can play basketball with anybody. Now that's old school.
John Sterling and Charlie Crist back at Lakefront Arena in New Orleans. A terrific rock'em sock'em entertaining game. Two teams, Charlie just going after one another and scoring almost every time down.
And it's a great game for if you're here just watching the game or on TV. It's a great game to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. If you root for an upset, that's one thing. If you root for Boston, another thing. But if you just like basketball, what a tremendous game. Eddie Johnson and Dominique each have 24 for Atlanta. Boston led by Larry Bird's 31. Dennis Johnson has 15 and McHale has 14. Mike Fratello called another timeout just to stop the Boston momentum. Off the pick and roll, Dominique open, has missed the jumper. Rebound taken away by Robert Parish. Parish is in with Wedman and Bird. McHale is being rested in the backcourt of Ray Williams and Danny Ainge. Give you Atlanta in a moment. 3:15 remaining in the third. Bird posted left, takes the jumper and hits it again. Boston Boston by 9. Larry Bird is just unconscious. Eddie on the drive. Behind his back in the lane. What a move by Eddie. Missed it. Rebound. Livingston fakes it. Lays it up and in. Count the basket. He got fouled on the play. Cliff Livingston, after a great Eddie drive, the ball rolled out. And there's an offensive rebounder right there, Cliff Livingston.
And that's what Cliff Livingston does as well as anybody. Is offensive rebound. He gets fouled, puts it back in. And tell you what, the Hawks are staying alive now because they're being aggressive.
Very, very aggressive. You know, Livingston is really under 6'7". He's not as tall as he's listed. He gets offensive rebounds through great hustle and the instinct to go to the glass. Misses the foul shot. Boston ball up by 7, 89-82. Ray Williams down low for Bird, who feels it and takes it and drills it again. He's unbelievable.
I mean, he just shoots it straight up and it comes straight through the hole.
Larry Bird is feeling it like the great shooters feel it. Livingston down low takes a jumper and hits it. A tough jumper for Cliff Livingston.
He says, I can do it too, Larry.
Not that real kind of a shooter. Bird, by the way, has 35 in the game. Bird is setting up. They're isolating Bird, low post. Now he goes back door, knocked away by Livingston. Bird had a step, but the ball was knocked away by Livingston. Eddie, front court. Eddie down low. Livingston for the jumper. Short. This is short, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds by Doc Rivers.
Not a good shot.
Boston leads by 7, 91-84. But you're right. They get caught up in the action, do something good, and then want to do something. Out of the backcourt now comes Ray Williams. 2:05 remaining in the third. Bird for the bomb. Got it again. A three-pointer. You're seeing the greatest in the game, Larry Bird. And there are people like Bob Cousy, Casey Jones, Red Auerbach, who think he's the best ever.
He's a player. He's definitely a player.
Larry Bird has 38. Is he phenomenal or what? Here's Eddie left wing. Boston by 10. Eddie a three. He missed it. Rebound. Scott Wedman. Ahead for Ainge driving. Ainge, cross court, Ray Williams. A three-point try. No good. Rebound, Doc Rivers. Rivers drives up the floor. Knocked away by Williams. Foul by Williams. It'll be a shooting foul. Boston's over the limit.
I tell you what, Ray is very, very good at anticipating and stealing the ball. And when he was with New York, him and Michael Ray were two of the best defensive guards to play the game together. I mean, and they made it tough on the opposing players.
On the line for two, Doc Rivers. A minute 28. Yeah, the Hawks really needed that foul and these foul shots because Boston is on the verge, Charlie. You know it.
That's right, they are. They're on the verge of blowing this thing wide open.
When the green wave gets rolling, boy, it's very tough to stop that.
Very, very tough.
I think in your time you've seen the green wave roll a bit.
Yeah. A whole bunch of times.
A whole bunch
I've seen him roll.
Rivers has missed the first. He has one more. This foul shot's good. Doc has 8 in the game. Boston by 9, 94-85. Minute 25. Oh, here's a Rivers steal off Ainge. He jams. And that could bring the Hawks back in the game. Here's a great steal by Rivers. He took the dribble away and got a layup. 94-87.
Good defense.
Ainge comes across. Left wing, Wedman. Wedman, left side, is doubled. Hawks doubling the ball. Ray Williams drives the middle. He lost the ball. Parish picked it up. He got fouled. It'll be a two-shot foul. You see the Hawk coaches, Mike Fratello, Ron Rothstein, Brendan Searle up. They were trying to get a walk or something. They were trying to steal a walk or something.
And on that play, Ray Williams is in shape. He goes to the basket and creates problems. This is Doc Rivers' steal. I mean, Danny Ainge just put the ball right in front of him. Right? He just told him, say, here, Doc, take it. And Doc said, I'll take it.
And he did. Bird stays the game. McHale comes back in for a Wedman. If you think that Casey Jones plays his top players a lot, you're right. And they thrive. They thrive like roses in bloom under it. Parish has made both foul shots. Robert has 8 in the game. Boston again by 9, 96-87. Just under a minute remaining in the third. Rivers across. Ricky Brown, the receiver. Now on the wing for Eddie Johnson. They go down low, Dominique. Neek gets doubled up. Back outside Eddie. Cross court, Rivers. He'll try a three and miss it. Rebound, Rivers. Drives, goes underneath for Hastings. Now to Dominique. The layup is no good. Rebound, Parish. Parish, outlet pass, McHale. 2-on-1 with Bird. Bird's layup is good. And a fine pass by McHale.
The Hawks can't keep shooting these three-point shots. They could get a better shot than that because when they miss, the Celtics just take off and they get easy layups like that one.
All right, Boston is a great team. 50-14, the reigning world's champion. And now they're really showing it. They lead Atlanta by 11, 98-87. 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dominique off the pick. He drives in the lane. The lefty hook is good. A lefty hook by Dominique. Dominique has 26. Bird with 8 seconds. Bird on the drive. The runner is good again. You're seeing a greater performance as you'll ever see from Larry Bird. Front court Eddie at the three-quarter buzzer. No good. A sellout crowd. A sellout crowd has been turned on by the great Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and the Boston Celtics. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, the score. The Celtics 100 and the Hawks 89.
The third quarter is over, Bob Ryan. The Celtics are 11 points ahead, and Larry Bird has 42 points. Now, he's going after McHale's record here, but that had been his record before McHale.
He had 53 in the game against the Pacers, and so, yes, he's got aim on that. You might not even realize watching this how efficiently he was scoring, but you have just seen a man score 32 points in one 14-minute stretch from the end of the second quarter through the portion of the third.
Now, weren't there some reports that he wasn't feeling too well before this game?
Well, you know historically how those things go. Willie Mays supposedly had the flu. He hit 4 home runs and that kind of stuff. The history is littered with that kind of stuff.
But Larry had run in a 5-mile race on Sunday?
Yeah, Larry...
That's hard to imagine.
I know, and you don't associate Larry with that activity either, but running, in fact, was something that he did do a lot of and was fond of.
He was a little bit sore, but the Atlanta Hawks were getting sorer and sorer and sorer. When we return to the Hawks and Celtics from 1985, Larry Bird will have 7 minutes and 17 seconds left to regain that Celtics record for most points in one game. The Celtics will be leading the Hawks at that point, 108-95.
Well, Brett isn't sure whether he has a home run yet or not.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out.
Yes,
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out.
Damon Matt.
He is out.
There's still something about Mary.
I love Birdman!
It's a drama.
It was touching.
Surprise!
It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's something about Mary. Rated R. Now playing.
Nobody loves cars more than I do. Each one is a work of art. So when the maker of all these chose a new antifreeze, it got my attention.
General Motors now uses the deck school technology of Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze in virtually all its new vehicles. The same patented formula you can use in your car for 5 years or 150,000 miles. So do what GM did. Switch to Haviland.
I use it in my car. I only wish this were it.
Exclusive outfitter of the WNBA.
You're watching the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
7 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Boston has the ball and a 13-point lead, 108-95. If you're wondering why the Hawks don't trap Boston, Boston's almost impossible to trap because their big guys can see over the trap and they all pass so well.
Right, they move the ball very well.
And you're just asking them to get open shots by trapping them, by doubling up. Here's Parish outside for DJ. Cross-court Ray Williams and a 24-second violation against Boston. I'll tell you what, it's so noisy in this little building, you can't hear anything.
You can't.
Now, Boston may not have realized that time was eroding. Atlanta down by 13. Eddie Johnson off a car pick. Eddie up top. In the lane, Ricky Brown, the pass was too hard down low, and it went out of bounds. It'll be Boston ball. Out of the backcourt now comes Dennis Johnson. DJ and Danny Ainge the backcourt with McHale, Bird, and Parish. Bird has it swiped by Dominique. Dominique against McHale. Dominique on the drive in the lane. The layup is good, and they're going to call a walking violation and take the basket away from Dominique.
I wish we had it on a replay. And here it is. Didn't look like a walk to me.
You know what happened? It looked like his leg dragged, and maybe that's what UM is called. It's too bad.
But they give that call in
Yes,
this
they
league.
do. Bird's jumper is short. The rebound back tap and taken by Eddie. 2-on-2. Eddie goes right to the hole. The layup is good. Nice drive by Eddie. Good, powerful drive. Eddie has 26. Dominique has 28. Atlanta down by 11, 108-97. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the quarter. Down low, McHale. He gets doubled. Dennis Johnson, cross-court, Ainge for the open jumper. No. Rebound. Bird knocks it out of bounds. They say Ricky Brown touched it. And it will be Boston basketball. 5:52 remaining in the game. Bird to bring it in. For Parish, the layup is short. Rebound, Antoine Carr. Ahead, Eddie. Eddie has two in front of him to Dominique on the drive, and he got fouled by Ainge. Good foul. That's a good foul by Ainge. He saved the basket.
And he held him, too, so he wouldn't get hurt. Make him go to the line. Good pass by Eddie. Ainge just grasped him and said, no, you don't dunk it on me.
Dominique on the line, trying to go over 30 for the third time this year against Boston that I can remember in the 5 games the Hawks play Boston this year. Dominique's first is good. 108-98, Boston by 10. The Hawks trying to hang tough and scratch their way back in this game. Dominique has hit it again.
And it's such a tough uphill climb when you get behind the Boston Celtics trying to catch up.
Absolutely, because they score so easily. Now the trap. Boston off to Bird. Bird trap. Cross-court pass to Ainge. In the corner, Dennis Johnson takes the jumper and misses it. Rebound, tapped by Ricky Brown. Good play. Here's a 3-on-2. Eddie to Dominique on the drive. He jams. Dominique has 32. And Atlanta down by 7. You got to take your hat off to this Hawk team. Here's Bird flashing underneath. A good pass by McHale.
That's what happens when you try to trap these Celtics.
In front court, here's Doc Rivers left wing. 110-101. Boston by 9, 5 minutes. Rivers on the drive. Off to Carr. Open jumper. He's got it. Antoine Carr. Hey, by the way, Carr has kind of come of age tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Dennis Johnson comes across. 110-103. The Hawks down by 7. Dennis Johnson up top. Off the pick comes Bird for the three-point bomb. In and out. Rebound, Antoine Carr. Carr can really put it on the floor. He comes up court. Carr on the drive in the lane. Dishes off to Dominique. He gets another jam. Dominique.
That's 2 in a row.
And Boston calls another timeout. We'll listen to the crowd.
You're watching the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
There's still something about Mary.
I love Birdman!
It's a drama.
It was touching.
Surprise!
It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's something about Mary. Rated R. Now playing.
That looks tasty.
It's a Big King. I got this one for free.
Gonna eat them both?
Not if you let me play baseball.
Baseball? So am I, Coach. What position?
Shortstop. And on second base. And I want a bat, too.
Welcome aboard, slugger.
The Flame Broiled Big King gets like a Big Mac, but tastes better with 75% more beef. Buy one now, say it just tastes better, and get a second one free.
How'd you boys like to play ice hockey?
If you ask us, it just tastes better.
Enterprise? Hi, I'm at the repair shop. I need to rent a car.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Select road. Validating tires.
What kind of road can you drive on with BF Goodrich tires?
Approved. Enjoy.
Any road you choose. BF Goodrich tires. Take control.
When you score, I score. When you sweat, I sweat. When you hurt, I hurt. What you wear, I wear. Champion, exclusive outfitter of the WNBA.
Today on ESPN Classic, it's an all-day Larry Legend showcase. From his clash with Moses Malone and Calvin Murphy to his retirement, Larry Joe Bird is the living legend from French Lick, Indiana. Watch some of his greatest games and his emotional retirement ceremony from the old Boston Garden and see why, as Magic Johnson says, there will never be another Larry Bird. All day on ESPN Classic.
It's 110-105. Boston by 5. Boston led by Larry Bird with 44. Atlanta led by Dominique Wilkins with 34 and Eddie Johnson with 26. And I don't know who you're rooting for watching the game wherever you are, but I think you'd agree with me. It is one heck of a game. A terrific offensive explosion kind of game. Here's Danny Ainge front court. Ainge and Dennis Johnson with Parish, McHale, and Bird. Going through is Bird without the ball, trying to post up. He takes it in the right corner. Bird cutting left. No shot. Down low on the baseline, Dennis Johnson. It's short. Air ball. Rebound. Parish. 24-second violation. 24-second violation. The Hawks get it back and a chance to cut the margin to 3.
They're not out of this game yet.
And those of you watching this game in Atlanta, a player or two away, and then the Hawks are going to be this kind of a team all the time. And remember, I said it. They're going to be exciting, and they're going to play hard, and they're going to win games. Those are the key ingredients that bring out your fans. Right side, Eddie. Down low, Carr. Antoine spinning, and he walks.
Rookie mistake. Trying to go a little bit quicker than he would normally would.
Atlanta has Willis, Carr, and Dominique up front, along with Rivers and Eddie Johnson. All right, here's DJ. Down low for Bird, posted. Gets away from the steal. He got fouled. He got crunched. It'll be a 2-shot foul. Willis and Antoine Carr met him at the pass, but Bird goes to the line, and you're talking about a 90% foul shooter.
And they met him at the pass, too. I mean, he had no chance to make this shot.
Bird finished the third quarter with 42. He has 44 now, and he gets 2 foul shots. 3:29 remaining in the ballgame. Boston by 5, 110-105. Bird misses the first. He has one more. He could give Boston a 6-point lead. Bird, foul shot. He's got it. Bird has 45. Atlanta to come across. Doc Rivers and Eddie Johnson, along with Dominique, Kevin Willis, and Antoine Carr. Atlanta needs to score. They could cut it to 4. Neek is low left. It's a triangle. Eddie. Now Eddie goes down low for Dominique's turnaround. It is short. Rebound. Willis and Parish jump ball.
That was a tough shot by Dominique. Very tough shot. The thing is, every time you shoot the ball, you feel that you should make it. I mean, there's not a time that you don't think you should make it. And Dominique felt he should have made that shot no matter who was on him.
And I like that because Dominique will take any shot. Willis gets the back tap to Doc Rivers. Mike Verdella comes up to midcourt to call the play. Here's Rivers on the deep right wing.
It's a three-man game with Eddie, Dominique, and Doc.
Right, the triangle is set up. Right wing, Rivers. Dominique low. Rivers takes a jumper. A bad shot. Rebound, Bird. Well, they gave Rivers the shot, and the shot was kind of a low line.
He didn't get his feet set. He's kind of shot it off balance with one foot in front of the other.
All right, in front court, here's Dennis Johnson. Down low for Bird. Right side, Bird. Bird, the fall away. Tough shot, and he drills it again.
That's his shot. That fall away is Bird's pet shot.
Bird has 47. Boston leads it by 8, 113-105. 2.5 remaining. Atlanta cannot take too much time. They got to score quickly. Eddie on the drive, on the pass off, he got fouled. It'll be a non-shooting foul.
Playing with Eddie, you can sit here and I can tell you when Eddie's going to go to the basket, when he's going to make his move. And because he drops that shoulder and he comes back around and you know Eddie's going to the basket.
Randy Whitman comes in for Doc Rivers. Atlanta down by 8 with 2:20. Eddie on the right wing. Tries to beat Dennis Johnson and knocks it away. It's loose, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Atlanta. It'll be Boston ball.
They're letting a lot of contact go.
Danny Ainge to come across. I think Eddie's hurt. I think Eddie Johnson hurt himself when he fell down. He can barely walk. They got to get Eddie out of there.
He stubbed his toe.
Right corner, Bird, bomb, good.
He hurt his toe.
Larry Bird has 49. Atlanta calls timeout.
Gentlemen, over the years, Bristol University has assembled some of the greatest minds in football. While it's important that we look back at the past, it's also important that we look forward to the future. With that in mind, I'd like to propose a toast to our newest member, Jim. Here's to football, here's to friends, here's to sausage. NFL Countdown, Sundays at 11, Mondays at 6:30 on ESPN.
Let's jump.
There's still something about Mary.
I love Ruben!
It's a drama.
It was touching.
Surprise! It's a love story.
Really, that gets you inside.
There's something about Mary. Rated R. Now playing.
ESPN Classic presents This Day in Classic Sports, September 27th, 1950. Comeback canceled after this.
It's Wednesday night, and Classic Sports has got football. Football. Did I mention football? It's NFL night, a classic evening of hard-hitting action that will jog your memory and put a smile on your face. It's Wednesday night, where classics like Broadway Joe and Old Man Willie stampede over the frozen tundra of football, past and present. It's the answer to every pigskin prayer and divine light of gridiron glory. It's NFL night at the Classics every Wednesday at 8.
September 27th, 1950, the comeback hopes of retired undefeated champ Joe the Brown Bomber Lewis are dashed at New York's Yankee Stadium as the reigning heavyweight champion Ezzard Charles retains his title, battering Lewis in a 15-round unanimous decision. Another classic day on ESPN Classic.
We now return to the Larry Bird Marathon on ESPN Classic.
Larry Bird will try the technical assessed to Ronnie Rothstein. He will try for his 50th point. Bird. He's got 50. Larry Bird has 50 and Boston leads by 11, 116-105. In front court here is Doc Rivers. On the right side, here's Dominique. Open. Dominique drills a shot. Dominique has 36. He hasn't had a band game.
No, he hasn't.
116-107. Boston by 9 with 1:40. Eddie Johnson on the bench. He hurt his foot when he and Dennis Johnson collided on the sideline a moment ago. Doc Rivers back in. Bird. They open the right side. Bird the fall away. He drills it again. That's the best shooting I've ever seen in the game.
Yes, indeed. Oh, what
Dominique on the drive on Bird. The layup is short. Rebound. Dennis Johnson. Bird has 52. Front court, Bird. Open. Gives a pass to McHale. McHale gives it back to him. Bird on the drive. The scoop is short. Rebound, Bird. Bird, the layup is short. Rebound, McHale. And the rebound taken away by Dominique. Dominique down to Rivers. Rivers on the drive. In the lane, Rivers lays it off, and Willis gets the basket. You think the sellout crowd is kind of happy they came here tonight?
Oh, yes.
What a game. Rivers and Dennis Johnson banged together. It'd be a foul on Doc. 118-109. Larry Bird tonight put on one of the greatest shooting exhibitions I've ever seen.
He put on a clinic. That was a clinic.
And the reason I say it is he made so many tough shots.
Yes.
Bird with 52. Dennis Johnson, a lead for Bird.
They want him to keep scoring, too.
Bird takes the jumper and hits it again. Bird has 54. One more basket will tie the record McHale set for most points by a Celtic in one game, and McHale didn't set it more than a week ago. Rivers fouls Dennis Johnson. And did you see the interplay with McHale and Bird before?
Yes.
McHale said that Bird kept giving him the ball to break the record, to break Bird's record.
And they're giving Bird the ball now to get the record.
And now they're giving Bird the ball. Exactly. Here's the last shot by Bird.
Right, and they're looking for him. That's a tough shot there.
Rivers got the basket. Bird takes a shot. He got fouled before. Bird needs 2 to tie. Bird needs 2 to tie. And he needs 3 to set an all-time individual record for the Celts. Bird has 54 in the game. If he makes these 2 foul shots, he will tie McHale for most points ever by a Boston individual in a game. Isn't that amazing coincidence?
Well, he's had 56 before. Larry Bird has.
Bird has 55. He can tie the record with 56. Amazing. He does. Bird has 56 points, 33 in the second half. Rivers across, they deliberately
You know why they're fouling? They're fouling to give Bird a chance to break the record.
Yes.
That's why they're fouling.
You know, when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did this to the Jets, allowing them to score, they got fined severely, but Boston is deliberately fouling to get Bird the record.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, they're playing, they're just fouling.
122-111. Boston by 11. Bird has 56. He needs 1 point to break the record for Boston players. What an amazing coincidence. McHale did it less than 2 weeks ago. And the entire place chants Larry, Larry. Foul shot, no good. Rivers has 1 more. That's amazing. You're seeing the best in the game, Larry Bird. Rivers makes a foul shot. Ainge in backcourt. Dennis Johnson. Bird is on the baseline coming out right. There's Bird. Bird, 14 seconds. He got fouled. He hit the shot. They're not going to count it. And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole. They're not going to count it. I think it's the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen. Larry Bird. What more can you say? Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
He's unconscious. Oh, boy. He got fouled. He just threw it up there and went in.
Well, he has the record, and McHale goes over to congratulate him. McHale, Ainge, Larry Bird has 57 points, an all-time Boston record for one game. And McHale had set the record less than 2 weeks ago. Bird, foul shot, got it. Bird has 58. 13 seconds remaining in the game.
Anymore. They just want him to get the record.
Rivers, a three-pointer hits it. Rivers hit a three-pointer. 124-115. Bird tries another three. He missed it. And with 3 seconds, Bird will try another jumper and hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mob him. Larry Bird scored 60. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life. Larry Bird, one more impossible shot after the other. And it happened here in New Orleans at the Hawks' home away from home before a sellout crowd at Lakefront Arena. Boston has won the game, and the winning of the game seems almost incidental.
Really, that's true. It is. It really is. The winning of the game is very, very incidental because Larry Bird just put on an exhibition that, I mean, surpasses anything that I've ever seen.
It's just unbelievable because Bird, unlike many great players who are scorers, doesn't shoot every time. He passes the ball. Here's a guy who's one of the greatest playmakers in the history of basketball. We'll get back with a recap.